Today's video is going to focus on navigating the Employee Resources page. You'll learn how to access employee resources both from a district computer and also being able to access it from home, as well as becoming familiar with the resources that it has to offer. So let's get started with talking about how to access employee resources. First things first, you're going to be able to access employee resources by first going to the employee portal. Pictured here on the screen is how you access the employee portal from a district computer. Anytime you're on a district computer and you open a web browser, it will automatically open up to this employee portal page. And there you'll see right here where the arrow is pointing, that right there is the Employee Resources button. But did you know that you can also access the employee portal from home? So to do that, first you're going to go to the public website, which is peoriaunified.org. At the top, you're going to see some different categories. There's our district, students, families, staff, community. What you want to do is you want to hover over the staff tab, and then it's going to bring up all these different options. Then you can see over here, there's one that's employee portal. Just click on that. By clicking on that, it will take you here to that same employee portal that I showed you earlier that automatically pops up on district computers. But that was just how you access it from home. Once you click on Employee Resources, it's going to pull up a page that looks like this. You're going to want to go over to the login on the top upper right and click on that. To log in, you're just going to use the same username and password that you use to log into your district email. Now let's talk about the actual resources that you find on Employee Resources. If you hover your mouse over Employee Resources at the upper left corner, you will see a drop-down of different options. I'm going to briefly go over all the different options in that Employee Resources drop-down. The option at the very top was Information Center. So the most useful thing there for you is that you can get quick access to your most recent pay stub. And you can see that it's right here, current payroll check. Over on the right side of the screen, you're going to see some different employee benefit links. Making our way down to the most useful is here, there's the Employee Benefits portal. That will take you to their portal that has different information like contact information, FMLA information, and the paperwork you need to fill out, retirement information and paperwork, open enrollment information, HSA, etc. Still on the Information Center dropdown, further down you have Human Resources links. This will take you to the Human Resources portal. There is also contact information for people that work in human resources, access to the district employee handbook, as well as Time Clock Plus trainings, which is under the new Employee Resources tab. That can be useful just to give you a quick rundown on how Time Clock Plus works and how to clock in, check your time, so on and so forth. So let's move on to the next category. So we're going to go back to Employee Resources and hover over it again, and then bring down that drop-down menu. We're going to go to the second one, Pay Information. Now, Pay Information, when you hover over that, it actually brings up a second drop-down box. Here is where you have access to all your past paychecks. Earlier I showed you where you can go to look at just your most current, but under Pay Information is where you can look at your current and your past ones, and it's also where you can have access to your W-2s. Now we're going to skip to the Your Elected Benefits option. This is where you are able to view and print a statement of your current benefit selections. So if there's any wonder as to what you selected and what is covered, this is where you're going to go to find out. The Benefit Enrollment tab is where you go to make your benefit selections for the next year during the open enrollment period. I just really wanted to stress to you guys how important it is that you go in to make your selections, because your selections do not roll over to the next year. You have to go in each year and reselect. Even if it's the same thing, you still have to go in and do it each year. The tax withholding forms tab is where you go to change your tax withholdings in your paycheck. There is also a guide option that's available for extra assistance to kind of help you understand some things a little bit better. Under the Contracts tab is where you're going to go each year to sign your LORA, which actually stands for Letter of Reasonable Assurance. You go there each year, which is basically just telling the district that you intend to come back the next year. And it's also where you can review your past contracts as well. The Profile tab is where you come to update any of your personal information, such as your address, your phone number, emergency contacts, any of that type of stuff. That's it for today. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown. Hopefully this is helpful to some new people, and maybe even if you've been here a while, you might have learned something new. I was actually pretty excited because when Sandra looked over this, she said she actually learned one new thing. Huh.